Welcome to another LEGO Ninjago bootleg. It's from Pogo again, and this is PG set number 1009 to 1016. We have some Vermillion people here, and Shade and Ash, so these are all dark characters in one set, so interesting for a Ninjago set. I think previously Pogo did another set where it's just like villains and monsters, and so here there's another set like this where you don't get into main heroes, which is good because a lot of other bootlegs just keep releasing the heroes over and over again. Maybe they have one or two villains in a set, but the ratio is not good. It's not balanced. If you want your heroes to have someone to fight, it's not enough. So it's good that we just have a villains pack here. That's great. So he's got these two sort of ice cream cones with transparent heads attached to them, and they're actually molded really nicely. These transparent heads could be really useful for creating lights and whatnot, headlamps or whatever. Katana pack, he's got a round shield with a piratey sword, and all of the snake villains here, three of them have this really nice transparent red plastic sword. It is made out of softish material and feels durable enough. The other three have these sort of red axes that you do have to build, so it's assembled just like real Lego pieces would, and they look really good. She has a spear instead and doesn't plug into the axe head, so that's a little bit annoying. Every figure comes with a spare minifigure hand, as well as that stage you see underneath them, which is a standard minifigure plate, a 3x4 plate with a 1x4 stud line going through the middle. The molding on these armor pieces are very close to the original and look very good. So are the head pieces as well, and the transparent red on the helmets are separate pieces from the rest of it. So there is dual molding going on with the red and orange bits on the helmets, and that's really good, really close to the original. And they probably did that because they couldn't just paint a transparent red helmet effectively due to the shape this is done. Usually XINH is the one that does the dual molding stuff, but here Pogo have done it because of the complicated head gear. The snake head hair here is a rubbery plastic. It's very soft, so I think that's not too accurate to the official one. I think it should be a hard plastic, but whatever, it gets the job done, but does have a kind of nasty matte coloring feel to it because it's rubber. And the headgear is simple, but again, it gets the job done. It fits. The armor, the black lining of the print is pretty good overall on all of these, but outside of that, the whites and silvers can look a little bit off-center. The two orange ones on the right there, this print is slightly off-center, and there's some smudge lines on the two red ones. And move his hand down a little bit. The print on the two non-snake people, well, his print is really good. His print is not so good. I haven't taken his hair because he has no back head print and the hair doesn't cover his face or any of the print details. So his legs are also printed black instead of dual molding down there, which is a shame. And yeah, the rest of them they look kind of okay. They look like Deku on a good day, but for some reason this guy here is a darker red and this guy's a darker orange, which doesn't make too much sense. So these two are darker, which according to the wiki, that's supposed to be the case, so kudos to them for keeping that detail, whereas most bootlegs would probably have used just the same colored plastic to save on time and money. There is back face print on all of the monsters here. They are decent enough, just like the front, and all of them are different and accurate to what they're supposed to be as far as I can tell, and the print on these two are also pretty decent. Note that they try to pretend the dual molding by printing a black curve around the stud hole, but yeah, nice try. It probably would be better if you didn't bother doing that and just had a straight black line. It would have looked a little bit better the way they've done it. And yeah, the back print quality is okay overall. So I'm guessing due to quality control, you might have some perfectly printed ones, or you might have some ones that are really off-centered or smudged. But just by judging by this set, overall you should have decent enough looking figures. It's my theory, but I can kind of see why Pogo would release these figures instead of the usual lot, because Pogo has never really done Ninjago stuff until now. So, and probably seeing what all the other knockoffs are doing, to decide let's do some characters that the others won't be doing, and so we make sure that some of our stuff will sell. In this case, let's do a bunch of villains that all of the other knockoffs are not doing, and try to find their way into the Ninjago scene. The figures here are okay, they're decent enough for bootlegs. They could have bootlegs can be way worse than this. So if you don't have these characters, these are still a decent pickup. Decent enough copies of the originals. Obviously the originals are still better, but in this case, for the price that you're paying for, these are really great figures. If you have other Ninjago bootleg stuff and you don't have these characters or enough villains for the heroes to battle, this is a great complimentary set for that. Or if you have official Lego sets, some of the smaller sets maybe, and you just want to have more figures to play around with, this would also complement that. So decent enough, not the best, but they're decent enough to play around with. Subscribe, suggestion, comment below, and of course take care and have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.